Welcome to Diwali celebrations at the Emerging Lawyer series of the Coffee Corner Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is The Voice of Law, Manaswini Mishra on Words, Strategy and Influence. In a profession where words carry the weight of justice and strategy, some lawyers transcend traditional roles to redefine influence. Manaswini Mishra, head of corporate communication at Fox Mandal and Associates, is one such trailblazer. A lawyer by training and a storyteller by passion and a leader by impact. She brings over 13 years of multifaceted experience spanning law, media, content strategy, and corporate communication. An award winning professional, Manaswini had seamlessly blended legal acumen with creativity to build narratives that inspire trust and drive growth. In this episode, we explore her professional journey, her unique perspective at the intersection of law and communication, and the personal passions that shape her leadership. And we also come to know Manaswini as a person. So, welcome, Manaswini, to today's celebration episode.
Thank you so much, Amir, for having me on this show.
Yeah, so let me explain you. There'll be three rounds: professional, personal, and a surprise rapid fire round where you'll be in the hot seat like you had coffee with Karan and years inspiration.
Okay,
AI 101, which you can share, go through and share with your IT and implement AI at Fox Mandal and Associates.
definitely.
Okay. Friend and line Amir Virani, hosted Coffee Conversation, legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. So my first question, Manaswini, you have transitioned from law practice to corporate communication. What inspired this shift and how has the journey been till date?
So, for me, this was purely a culmination of, curiosity and caliber. Curiosity of how law is being perceived, and caliber because I have been a writer since quite many days. Frankly, I was also during my college time, I was working as a journalist in a page three tabloid in Pune part time. So our college used to be in the morning. It used to get over by 11, 12 ish. And I used to go straight to work post that. So writing has been my forte in the sense that we had philosophy as a subject, but in law school, you tend to give more importance to the legal subject and not so much to the art subject. So I never really studied philosophy, but the day of the exam, I would just go show up and get some points from my friends and, write pages and pages over it, just understanding the logic, and then I could just recreate you know uh, tons of words. So and I scored the highest in my batch. So that surprised me as well. So I very early on I understood my forte was writing. Given a chance between arguing, negotiating, or writing, my heart would just go towards writing by itself. So understanding that caliber did help me realize how I could blend that into my legal career. And that is where the shift happened.
Wow, beautiful. Let's build up the conversation. What role does content strategy play in the growth and positioning of a legal brand today?
So, content strategy, I would say, is kind of the entire plan that you can do within the foundations of law. So, of course, law is a noble profession, uh, powered by ethics and rules, principles. So the thing is, there is a fine line that has been drawn by law itself, where you don't solicit, you don't advertise, because then that would not give a level playing field to lawyers who are of equal caliber. But one who has the means to put a bigger billboard will get more attention than another one who cannot afford. So that is the level playing field that is being tried to achieve by the legal foundations that have been put in the outreach that a lawyer can do as far as gaining work is concerned. So within that foundation, I think what works wonderfully is a content strategy. So nowadays, thought leadership is as good as your business card. So before you go out, talk to a potential client, everybody is looking you up online, and they can see what is your presence. And I think through content, through authenticity in your content, I think that can be conveyed very beautifully. And it is a very nice means of adding a value, adding credibility to your expertise. So that is something that is a free for all means, and which can be beautifully utilized by firms in creating branding, in creating their name in the market.
Wow. Okay. So, Manaswini, how does your legal background give you an edge in managing communications?
So I think, especially in a law firm, communication should technically be managed by a lawyer, because, of course, MBAs bring their own skill sets, and a combination works even better. But having a lawyer is kind of essential, in the sense most of it is driven by content, and a lawyer understands the content of a law firm better than another individual would, because so there are very fine nuances. Actually, this is kind of a you know courtroom meeting newsroom kind of a scenario. So you have to be accurate, but you also have to be engaging. So while you're being accurate, a non-lawyer would not understand what accuracy means in law. So for instance, you're writing about say a robbery. As a lawyer, you would know that law robbery is defined in law, and we cannot, and how it cannot replace theft when you're writing a content piece. So if somebody has replaced that, you have to bring it back to robbery, because that is defined. There are elements that are defined to specify a robbery. So those nuances, I feel, is better understood by a lawyer. Also, lawyers do understand the risks involved, and communicators understand the reactions involved. So I think that is a beautiful culmination of both, when you know you get someone to communicate from a legal background, because then you would understand the reaction, the risks better, and would produce more smart and simple content, frankly, a simple
Wow.
communication. Yeah.
So, previously shared about different work roles you have done, like publishing, legal editing, business development. What skill has proven most valuable and has helped you in your career?
So I think definitely that would be writing first, because, like I said, I started as a journalist. I then worked as a content editor for a few publications. Then I moved as content head, and then moved on as communications. So writing has been my forte since childhood, and I think it also comes from reading a lot. So and writing is also a very important attribute for a lawyer. So a lawyer has to draft, and drafting is all about bringing those words together magically to convince, make a case for your client. So writing is definitely the first thing. I think the second thing, most important for writing, is listening. So you have to listen to what is there apart from the client's brief, that the client has not maybe disclose, but those nuances you have to understand. Then understanding the market trends, understanding what the partner's vision is. So listening helps you gain all of these fine points, and that helps you in communicating of a policy of an organization better. um, I think listening is, I think the quietest form of uh, what do I say, a skill, but which has the loudest advantage. So, listening. Another thing is attention to detail, definitely, which is good for any lawyer as well, because fine points are the ones that lawyers negotiate on. So those fine points are also important when you're communicating to a larger public. So yeah, I think it's attention to details, and I can go on and on, but these are the top three. One that I would add definitely is precision, which is, uh, another attribute that the legal profession demands. So, yeah,
Wow.
you have to be precise, you have to be brief. Yeah. And
So
yeah.
thank you for leading me as a role, head of corporate communications. How do you balance legal precision with creative storytelling?
So, like I said, creative storytelling is, it comes from a lot of reading and, that I think inculcates the habit of creative storytelling per se. So I used to be such an avid reader as a child. I remember my parents used to switch off the light by 12 o'clock, so as to stop me from reading further. I could just
Mm.
read about anything. So I would still go on reading in that nightlight. So, that has been my habit of reading. And I think that brings about the a creative storytelling aspect. And as far as legal precision is concerned, we do understand as lawyer that how important accuracy is. And there's this fine line that BCI has drawn, and how to dance next to it without crossing it. So that is something that comes with the legal training, which ensures risk management and which ensures brevity. And I think as a communicator, we understand how to pass on the message and be simple and be clear
Wow.
while also
So
engaging.
yeah. So I want to do a panel discussion with you. Then we have got other speakers like Isha Sina. She is head content at Webmo. Then Heer Kotari. She is her own startup, but she makes content for different industries. So legal, अपना she's from the अपना fintech, and here being अपना what do you say, content developer for different industries. Let's come and have this conversation. So
Definitely.
was CK, you're coming from the journalism background. He also, and Nisha is also doing good work. With her we did panel discussion on Women's Day
Okay.
on
That'll be
technology,
a
AI, and managing career.
oh wow.
So So, next question. In an age of social media, how can law firms strike the right balance between visibility and professionalism?
So I would say social media gives you the opportunity to showcase your credibility even more. However, like I said, that fine line which goes into solicitation, the tone that you utilize while you're communicating makes a lot of difference. And that is, I think, it is very important to understand the tone. It is very important to understand the target audience that you are catering to through your communication. And I think that balance, if that is maintained through social media, a lot can be done.
Wow. So, you have received awards recognized from Apna Karnataka Women Leaders Award, ALB Shortlist. How do these recognition influence your journey?
So I don't think awards define your story, but they do assure you that somebody is reading your story. And so, more than getting the award, I think the timing was very important for me because I was doing things which others, which is pretty new, and it was kind of a validation that yes, I'm going in the right direction, and there is a value of there is value being added whatever I'm doing. So I think that was the validation, although I wasn't seeking an outside validation, but some kind of recognition does, tone you down, humbles you, and also, gives you that right path.
Wow. So, looking ahead, what excites you the most about the future of law, media, communication, technology, and AI?
So I think law is expanding. Law is There are so many new practice areas that law is getting into. Similarly, media and communication has also expanded through social media and through reel shots. So many new means of communications have come up. So I think this integration has been a boon for the legal community. And with AI and legal tech coming up massively, I think it's going to beautifully integrate and create a lot of opportunities and a lot of credibility in the future.
Wow. So, how's the experience been using AI for content?
So I would not say it has been very confirming till now, because CAI is also growing, and blindly believing something that is at a growth stage would not help your case. So even if we do rely on AI for some of our requirements, for instance, grammar check is something that it is helpful. It gives you, highlights those bits that our eyes might have missed out. And if you're not getting another review, maybe a review through AI does help you, or maybe some deep thinking, or deep research that you want to do. So AI fastens the process. So if that is happening, I think there's it could not be better than that. Yeah. But
Wow.
then there are, pitfalls also, like we've seen, AI cooks up facts. So, if you're wary of that, if you can counter check what has been written and, use it for these specific purposes, I think it is a beautiful integration.
Beautiful. So, my last question for your professional journey around, Manaswini, what advice would you give to young lawyers who want to diversify into non traditional legal career paths like yours, but can take up different paths also, like you're into communication, you went into, but there are
I
not
would
lot more opportunities.
Yeah, yeah. So I would say that, don't wait for that pivot to come in. Just,
Yeah,
use law as your compass and not your cage. Law gives you a lot of skills that could be used in various other professions. I have seen lawyers who are, who are journalists, lawyers who are now BD professionals, lawyers who are successful entrepreneurs. So there's a massive scope after law, not just limited to the legal profession. So I would say explore everything, see what your calling is, match your skill set with what you see out there, and you will carve your journey beautifully.
beautiful. So, let's go to next round and understand Manaswini as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years.
So I'm from a very a small town in Orissa, Rourkela, which is mostly known to people because of Rourkela steel plant. And but I've been fortunate enough to have good education. Rourkela has very good convent schools. So that is also how I had this uh, love for the English language, and how I benefited a lot because of the education that I got there. And also it was a very multicultural, because of the steel plant, there were people from a lot of other states coming in there. So the growth was in a very multicultural and a very tolerant society. So right now I would say I'm a very tolerant person because of the growth that had happened there. As far as my family is concerned, my father was a businessman, and he also in the publishing business. So that also kind of influenced my career path. My father was also a lawyer, non-practicing lawyer. So again, you can see that influence that definitely happens. And my husband is also a lawyer, but he also did not practice law. He is with the government, central government, as an indirect tax officer. So yeah, a lot of legal influence, but we all did end up practicing something which was not traditional legal practice.
Wow. Okay, let's go to Symbiosis Law School, Pune. What are your experience and memories from there?
So Symbiosis was my alma mater. Was the experience was beautiful. It was enlightening. It was something, of course, I'm very grateful for, which carved me into the person that I am today. And the teaching was very, I would say, the quality of teaching is superlative there. And I believe that that also has a big role to play in the kind of students that come from that institution. And from the initial cutoff, and from the initial selection to the final product that comes out from there, I would say they're the institution carves lawyers very beautifully and prepares them for the profession in a well-rounded manner. Uh, I was also working there in Pune while I was studying, so that also had a big bearing on my career progression and my overall development.
Wow. So, when work gets overwhelming, what's your go-to stress buster?
I think playing with my kids, because they don't get a lot of my time because I'm working, managing the house. So, time is something that keeps eluding me. So I try to find that time and, just do mundane tasks with my children, just take a walk with them and just be with them. And I think that's my biggest stress buster.
Wow. So, if your friend had to describe you in 3 words, what would it be?
I think I'm a big optimist. I am a perfectionist, definitely. And the third thing I would say is passionate.
Wow. So, which is a book or movie which has left a lasting impact on you?
A book, uh, I can say there was books I read. Like I said, I read a lot. So, but paucity of time, I have not had the opportunity to read a lot recently. But I would say Alchemist was something that I really liked, the philosophy through all his books, Paulo Coelho, all the books that he writes about philosophy and life. I think that leaves a lasting impression has left a lasting impression on me.
So, suppose you had 1 week away from work, how
Mhm.
would you like to spend it and why?
I think away from my full laptop work because I'm constantly doing things. Either it is something to do at home with kids or with the work. So my mind is constantly functioning. So I just want to give it rest. I want to go vacationing where there's no contact with the phone, and I just want to spend quality time with my family away from everything else. Yeah. Beach or
Wow.
mountain, however the weather is.
Let's go memory down the lane. What's your childhood memory that still brings you joy?
I think again, it was vacationing with my parents as children, with my siblings. I think that we had summer vacation every year. So my parents ensured that we cover all states within India because they felt that, the maximum learning happens through interaction, and traveling is the best form of understanding the varied culture that our country has. And I remember wherever we would go, he would just strike a conversation with the a taxi driver, and we would roll our eyes, saying, oh, why are you doing this? But then now I understand the beautiful strategy that he employed for learning. So I think that
Mhm.
that was yeah, I think
Wow.
vacationing is something that I do cherish, and I try to do that with my children also.
Wow, beautiful. So, Manaswini, you've got a Sri Shakti series at the Coffee Con Show. What does Sri Shakti mean to you?
Shakti. I
Yeah.
think it is the empathy that women have, which is not which should not be taken lightly. A lot of women do take that empathy very lightly, but that is such an important attribute of human connect, which I think is a little less in men. So I would say that is the Shakti that we have, and we should try to hone that as much as we can.
Wow. So, my last one is Googly one. Describe Manaswini in one line.
Manaswini is uh, lawyer by logic, communicator by choice, and an optimist by default.
Wow. Okay. So, I forgot we are celebrating Diwali. So, what message would you like to give to our viewers out there?
So have a beautiful, engaging, loving Diwali, with whoever you are, wherever you are. Just enjoy the day to the fullest, because these are small moments that make life beautiful. And I think call your loved ones. If they are far away, give them a call, talk to them, and just spread love on that day.
Wow. So, let's put you in the hot seat, the rapid fire round. Your go to comfort food.
Okay. Comfort food. I think pizza. Guilty pleasure.
Favorite color.
Maroon against Sri
Law or
Shakti.
literature. Law or literature.
Law. I love law.
You're a morning person or night owl.
I'm a night owl. Yeah.
One word that best describes your journey.
I think passion,
Wow. Your dream travel place.
dream travel place. I think the Northern Lights. There's been so much on social media. You're
Mm.
influenced.
Yeah. Best piece of advice received.
Yes. So very early on, I had read somewhere they are able because they think they are able. So I think
Yes.
that just stuck with me for life. And I always believe in myself, and I always believe in others. And I see how that makes a difference.
Beautiful. So last one. Tea or coffee to recharge.
Tea. I'm a tea person
Okay, it's fine.
with
Let's respect.
occasional coffee. With occasional coffee.
So you did well. And was a book which will autograph and send to you as your Diwali gift.
Sure.
So, our conversation with Manaswani reveals that the future of law is not just about statutes and precedents, but also about stories, connections, and leadership. By bridging the gap between legal expertise and creative communication, she has carved a niche that inspires professionals across industries. In this episode, we are reminded that the power of law extends beyond courtroom into the narratives that shape perception, inspire trust, and drive change. So, like it, there are 500 plus coffee speakers who have shared their professional, personal journey. Subscribe, implement in your life, and see a change. And we meet with another coffee speaker or a cup of coffee and continue conversations. So, take care. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ahmed, for having me
Yeah.
and for this engaging conversation. Thank you.